what Chanakya says, because he is considered as the first positivist as far as law is concerned, even much. So with this we can stay, instead of particularly law, education will not be purely legalistic. We can find out, we can inject some type of ethical values and moral values since from the beginning itself when we start learning this one. And here you see, I am reminded of Confucius, who says that by 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation. Both deal with kesh. And one is he lengthens it and one shortens it. Kesh means here. In Hindi, kesh, and in other ways, C-A-S-E, case. So this is how is a lawyer is always said this, because there are a number of jokes also, somebody was referring to that one. So in this way, earlier, where you see nobody gets seat anywhere, they used to come. It is more by way of accident. The students used to come to the law colleges. And now, after 90s, in fact, not to be precise, after 97, 98 onwards, when more and more universities have started, it has become a challenge as far as educators are concerned that people are coming more by choice. Today, the other days, in fact, when the entrance test was conducted, for 900 seats, there were 19,000 candidates who appeared. I think you see, at least out of 200 candidates, one candidate only will be selected. And that's why their future is bound to be there. And even you see, before they join, the parents come and ask how much my son or daughter is going to get after she or he gets out of this university. So this is how marketability for law degrees coming from universities now has already increased. And recently Orissa also has started. Unfortunately, Bombay could not start because in legal education, politics has entered, as the result of which, for the last 10 years, it has been pending there. So whereas a backward state like Bihar could start or not, those who do and can, they go for practice. Those who cannot, they go for teaching. Those who can neither practice nor teach, they become vice chancellors like me. So this is the problem. So we are having this faculty crunch, and nobody wants to come back to the alumnus and say, I want to teach here. In fact, recently we have surveyed Bangalore. Nobody even would like to spend a day just below, and they just go on to get in the higher places. So is the case with number 2 school, that is Nalsa. And then we will not be in a position to attract them. And however is the best UGC scales you may give, even presently 30,000 rupees he gets for one day, 30,000 rupees. How can you attract the talent there? So we cannot blame the faculty. And you see, in fact, even the law schools also, they have also become markets. That's educational marketing, in the sense that we prepare students only for LLB, and we say LLB honors is our aim. We are not bothered are concerned because each year involves minimum 2 to 2.5 lakhs for the parents for this, and for this we will not have to do. And now you see it is going up their expenditure, and this fellow is not earning. And some of the states where you see they just only they live only on the bank loans.
Dr. Kumar, Professor Lakshminarayan and Silva and other friends. After Shishya and Guru, nothing left. They covered and their topic, you can say, is exhausted. But I think they informed about the scarcity of teachers or lack of teachers. I thought that I can share with you a few random thoughts about that. When the first convocation day, our present Chief Justice addressed in our Indian Law Institute and said, of course, there may be lack of legal researchers and teachers with commitment who could respond to the challenges of today. And Knowledge Commission, Professor Lakshminarayan told, they came out with many suggestions regarding this aspect. Before I proceed to that, in India, this legal education scenario is in the threefold aspects. Of course, you can say professional legal education, liberal legal education, continuing legal education, etc. and research and advanced legal education. But the imparting legal education in LLB in the government sector and the private sector. In the private sector, again, aided and unaided. You know better than me what are the what we mean by aided and unaided. And one more strata, the law departments, and this is a purview of Human Resource Development Ministry. Now, instead of 4 centers, we made a proposition from the Indian Law Institute side. We can have one center start with testing or whatever may be the pilot center. ILA can act as the system. If it is going in a right path, we can start 3 more centers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be able to be here today. I hope people can hear me in the back.
Okay.
Yes, good. To talk about some things that are happening in England and Wales. And I'm very conscious that having been able to listen to some of the other presentations, I'm now much more educated about things that are going on elsewhere in the world, but also I can see some themes emerging which I will try and pick up as I talk. And I think the first thing I'm going to say is I'm an academic. I used to be a legal practitioner, and I'm a teacher of legal practice. That's what I teach, that's what I research in. I teach it to people who have completed what we call the academic stage, the LLB. I teach it at master's level. I'm involved with an LLM, which is purely about litigation practice, for instance. And I teach it at doctoral level, and I research it. And that covers some of the things that the previous speakers have spoken about in terms of professional legal education and I think continuing legal education. In England and Wales, whichever of the 2 main legal professions you want to go into, generally speaking, you start with an academic degree, the LLB. Then you do one, and yes, they are seriously starting to offer legal services. So the future for the young practitioner in England and Wales is going to be one of change. And what we're working on is the skills in legal practice and the skills in learning to learn in legal practice. That's very new for the profession here. I'm sure we can learn from people's experiences elsewhere because all of those are, it strikes me, international and global skills. And if you come back to me in about 2 years' time, I might know whether this testing of the apprenticeship works or not, but I'm not going to know before then. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Jain, for giving us insights from your university and generally from England. May I now call upon Professor J. of Silva, Professor of Law, Oban College, and formerly, as I mentioned, he was Principal of Sri Lanka Law College.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, Co-Chairman, learned judges, and ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you all at this prestigious conference, and I thank the organizers for the invitation extended to me to take part. We are talking about legal education, and most of the things I had in mind to share with you have been already stated, and since we are running short of time, I don't want to bore you with same things, but I would like to focus on a few things.
And all chairpersons, judges, and senior members of the legal profession. I know most of you are lawyers. First of all, let me just begin by thanking everyone for your friendship. But first of all, I'd like to thank those people who have invited me to this conference not only as a guest of honor, but also as a member of the International Commission of Jurists. To me, it is really a great privilege to be here in London, where our Papua New Guinean legal system was originated from. One of the speakers described London and England as the ancestor of the common law. Indeed, you just need to look at the buildings and also the names of the buildings to compare and maybe recall the history of your own country, in which Papua New Guinea was one of those countries. It was actually occupied by German and British, and that's why it was later called Papua New Guinea. That's just a bit of background. Now, for myself, I do not feel a stranger here, even though this is the first time I've come to London, and also this is the first time that I have taken part in this prestigious conference. So I'm...
I think the easiest job has been assigned to me in this session, where special effort was by none else than Justice Secretary. As in our hierarchy is there, in our hierarchy in India, Supreme Court is the last court. So all the lower courts have to follow whatever the Supreme Court says. So practically I am reiterating what Justice Sepulkar said, because his experience in establishing various academies and other educational institutions or on the board of various law colleges is vast. After hearing the comments or the presentations of various speakers, what I could find out that there are two parts in which the legal education can be divided. One is which is up to a degree course. There the students go to these colleges, what we call the law schools. They take the degree. What is to be taught there? How we have to see that we make good lawyer of them or good professionals of them. And second is after they join the profession, because I think we are really concerned in this session.
We don't want to commit that.
So give this to again.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And absentia also.
Thank you.
Stacy?
Thank you.
Jain ji. Madam,
Professor Jain here. A memento is waiting for you. Yeah.
Madam Ching. Please.
Sorry.
And Miss Pauline Morgan.
yeah.
Yes.
Photographs.
You carry it.
Silva.
Madam Silva. I apologize. I apologize. Professor Silva. Sorry, please. I apologize. It's okay. My apology. Thank you. I'm very sorry. No, it's okay.
Professor Lakshminath. Professor Lakshminath. Professor?
Sir.
Sir, we have reserved 10 seats in our National Law University for the people coming from students SARC countries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
This time we have 2 from Bhutan, and I
Okay.
especially went to Nepal to at least tell some students that you come to Bihar. because
I'll
Bihar
popularize.
is the nearest. You have to go all the way to Hyderabad.
Yes.
Can I get